There's nothing more beautiful than watching a Charizard just chow down on a Pikachu.
Hey, I'm Matt.
And I'm Carter.
And welcome to It's Kind of a Gray Area.
Got something going on over there?
Yeah, I'm trying to catch this Pokemon.
There's a Pokemon in this room right now?
Yeah, you can't see it? It's right in front of you, man.
Is it literally?
Pokemon-go is huge these days.
I haven't heard as much about it lately, but I do remember when it first came out, there were a lot of stories about people like walking into traffic because they were on their phones, which I think people were doing already.
Yeah, people were doing
from texting. But this was because they were playing Pokemon-go, which gives people a new thing to complain about.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you caught him?
Yeah, I got him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, what was it?
Squirtle. Just a little adorable Squirtle.
Right.
Ain't no Pikachu, but, can't catch them all.
Well, you have to. Or,
okay.
Or should you?
Should you? Yeah. That's the shade for today is, should we catch these Pokemon at all?
Yeah, we're going out there trying to catch all of these Pokemon and keeping them in these tiny little balls in captivity. I mean, that can't be fun.
It's just a modern-day genie situation.
Yeah, and I know that the Pokeball is like some kind of like storage system where it's like bigger on the inside maybe.
It's a TARDIS situation.
I don't know how it works, honestly. I've never looked up how a Pokeball works.
It's a Time Lord technology.
Is it? Or does it just like turn them? Because when they come out of it, they're just like a glowing light.
Oh, yeah. They're not like little creatures that like
expand. Yeah, it's like a ray of light that then like suddenly is them.
They don't feel anything then. They're not together.
I really don't know. But either way, is it right to just take this wild, free animal and then put it into this Pokeball? Regardless of how comfortable the Pokeball is that right to just go out and capture animals just for the sake of fighting them? Like, compare this to the real world. You wouldn't just go out and, like, catch an elephant and then catch a tiger so that you can go fight your friend who has an alligator and a bear. Like, that would be weird.
That's true.
Right.
If you actually do a comparison, like in reality, that's super weird.
Right.
It's like, I have a level 3 tiger, and I'm going to fight your level 4 elephant.
Exactly.
And I'm going to keep them in a small cage until I want them to fight. That's a dog ring. That's barbaric.
Everyone in like the Pokemon universe acts like it's just a totally cool thing. You're forcing these creatures to fight each other.
Yeah.
That's insane. Is it wrong to keep Pokemon in captivity? I want to say yes. I know that there's an entire franchise built around this. I grew up playing the Game Boy games, like Pokemon Red. So, definitely a fan. But at the end of the day, it is wrong, I feel like.
I grew up playing the card games, which I only really got because they were like worth something. I mean, I agree with that, kinda, because if you keep them in the ball, they don't feel any pain. Right. They're not really aware of time passing. I'm assuming. Let's assume that. I think the issue I have, it's not that you can catch them, because like fishing, catch and release. No harm, no foul. They get a hole in their mouth. If you caught them and just released them, like cool, you get the pride of catching them. But if you catch them and then force them to fight each other, not cool.
Right.
Not cool.
Right, you wouldn't want that to happen to you.
No, and a lot of these people love their Pokemon. They're just
imagine if there was like an alien race that goes throughout the universe, throwing balls at different species and capturing them, and then they bring them back to their home planet to make them fight each other. That would be the plot of a movie where you overthrow those aliens. Yet we all pretend like this Pokemon universe is totally cool.
Yeah, like they're our best friends.
And they do seem to have a certain level of sentience.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not all equivalently. But there are definitely some Pokemon that seem to be pretty intelligent.
Yeah. Mewtwo, it's a lot smarter than Squirtle.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I mean, from what I can tell.
Right.
And Pikachu sometimes sounds like Ryan Reynolds. But it's not like they're in that Pokeball just like, I'm getting that Charizard. Like,
maybe they are.
Again.
Maybe they've got like a whole little pocket dimension inside of there that they hang out in.
I've never been in there. I can't argue against that.
That would change it for me. If they do have like a nice little environment in there, like if there's this whole little world where they can still run around and like enjoy nature, then maybe.
What if you threw a Pokeball at a person?
Yeah, would it capture them?
I never thought about that. It's not like it's one type of Pokemon.
Couldn't
where it's
police
like,
just do that to criminals then? Like
Yes.
if they were chasing someone, just throw a Pokeball at them, capture them,
bring them to
there you
court,
go.
push the button, and be like, yeah, here they are. I think I'll be like,
Yeah, what if they have no sense of the passage of time?
yeah, that would change the world. Because like if someone's having like a heart attack or someone had an injury, you capture them real quick, freezes time for them.
We're so misusing this technology.
We really are.
We've been running around using Pokeballs to just force animals to slaughter each other, when the whole time it has medical applications,
Yes.
law enforcement applications. You could use it for sampling of other things that you wanted to carry around.
You could
Could
use
you
it-
fit like an entire 4-course meal inside of a Pokeball? If
Oh.
an entire Charizard can fit in one, maybe you can pack like a few days worth of food into one and take that with you camping.
That's true. You wouldn't need a fridge anymore because it would still probably be cold if you Pokeballed it cold.
Right.
Also, I would say space travel would totally work out then.
Yeah, just
Everyone would be
gosh, yeah.
Pokeballed. You just throw them into like a canister.
And the rockets wouldn't have to be that big.
No.
Because they're not carrying as heavy of a payload.
They're not living quarters. No living quarters.
Right.
It can just be automated. We could be on Mars in like what feels like a second to us.
And when you go into the health center in any Pokemon game, they take the balls and put them on that little rack, and then they like glow for a second, and then they're all healed. Could we just take people and stick them on that rack and heal them of whatever disease or injury that they have?
I didn't know that. Because, yeah, really, we're made up of energy.
Right.
So if we're converted to energy and some of our energy is like damaged or whatever, and they put more energy in there, maybe it just kind of fills in the cracks.
Yeah.
I don't know the science. All right, I haven't developed one. This is groundbreaking.
This
all right?
is.
Scientists out there.
Where are the Pokeballs?
Where are the Pokeballs? Just because there's not like Pokemon in our universe doesn't mean we shouldn't develop that technology to like catch them, but then adapt it.
Though people would absolutely start using that for hunting. Like in our world, we don't have cool Pokemon, but we do have cool animals. Yeah, people would just go hunting and just throw a Pokeball at a deer and be like, I caught a deer today. Which is not sportsman-like.
It's not. Well, you know what? No, I think it is. If you could actually hit a deer in the woods from like 30 feet away with a Pokeball, man, that's good aim. You snuck up on him. Like that, there's strategy to that. But also, yeah, transporting them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. You could have more like pet deer.
Right. There's so many other applications for this.
Man.
Which is not what we set out to talk about.
No, but this is exciting.
This is, but I think we do have to, come to a point here where we make this call.
Yeah, we do.
I really think you shouldn't catch them. I really do. I mean, if you're going to catch them to, like, study them, or maybe they're injured and you're, like, taking them to get help or something, that's fine. But don't just capture, and maybe even as a pet, if it's the kind of Pokemon that can be domesticated more.
Not higher intelligence.
Right, like, like some of the lower level Pokemon. Yeah, don't just, like, take them from where they're happily living and then force them to battle out with other people. Sometimes even of the same species.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It is okay to catch them as long as your purposes are pure, study, transport, whatever, or you're going to catch and release. But it's not okay to catch them and then make them fight each other.
Right.
That's cruelty to animals or cruelty to a species. I'm not going to really call them animals. Because even though they're animal-esque, again, the higher brain function of some of them.
Well, they are like the animals of that world, though, because they don't have Pokemon plus normal animals. They just have Pokemon.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's no, like, squirrels or elephant or giraffes running around.
So
it's just Pokemon.
You don't see like a Charizard eating like a deer?
No. It would just be eating, like, a Pikachu.
Ugh.
But it's natural. That's nature.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. There's nothing more beautiful than watching a Charizard just chow down on a Pikachu.
All right. So I think I will represent the universe saying that you
Gotta catch them all.
shouldn't do it.
Gotcha.
Because I think I'm more in favor of that.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll go ahead and be part of the Gotta Catch 'em All party.
Yeah.
And you can be the...
Shouldn't catch them all.
Right.
Leave some.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, man. First time.
So, I guess you gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch them all.
They weren't wrong when they wrote that song.
Yep. So that's good. That's good. So many people are doing it already. It's nice to know that the universe is okay with it.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna like come down on like a lot of people doing this because it's all good. It's all good. So is today's Would You Rather Pokemon related?
It's not. I couldn't come up with a good Pokemon related one.
Okay.
Maybe in the future. The Would You Rather for today is, would you rather live in a world where it's perpetually midnight, or in a world where it's perpetually noon. It's not like the world keeps going by as it is. You're like stuck in that time. You can move around and interact with the world, but like if it's noon, you know, shops are open, people are out moving around, going out to lunch.
Does the world, my world, ever sleep?
No,
like,
it
do
would
they
never
all
sleep.
live in this?
It would never sleep. It would be like you would get from 12 o'clock all the way up to 1, and then it would go back to 12, and then go up to 1.
Oh, time loop situation.
It's basically like that, yeah.
Okay.
And same thing for midnight. You would be stuck at midnight perpetually. Whatever stores are open at midnight are open. There's not like the world lives in darkness.
So always have sun, always have darkness. Is
Right.
basically the point we're getting.
Basically, it's always midnight.
Okay.
Or it's always noon.
I would have to say I would rather live in the sun.
Makes sense.
Because you can always draw the shades and do like, you know, or like live in a basement kind of thing. So you would have darkness.
Right.
But if you always had darkness outside, then you still have the sunlight. You get the vitamin D,
Right.
kind of get the feel
Right.
good, you know. So you can set your own days. But if it's always dark, you never have the sun. You have
Right.
to live off of flashlights and light bulbs and fire. I mean, yeah, I would rather live during the day.
Yeah.
Plus, more people out, more interaction. If you're stuck in that kind of 1 hour loop, you're going to want as many people around as possible, which you can interact with at your leisure.
Right.
You can leave your basement or not.
I would take midnight.
Yeah.
For basically the reverse of everything you just said. There would be way less people out. I wouldn't have to deal with the sun. I would never feel like the sweltering heat of the glaring sun like all day long. Just be gone. Just nice, cool midnight. Like even if it's summer, it usually gets down to like the 70s. And if it's winter, it's fine. Throw on a coat. It's like always just nice out. Like there's no sun. There's not people just running around. You don't have to go to work because it's midnight. Yeah, there's less shops open, but you would get used to that after a while. You would learn to go to
It's true.
places that are 24 hours.
Yeah.
I just feel like that would be my ideal life if I didn't have to deal with the sun. And I would just go to like drink more milk and like tanning or something to like replicate the sun.
Go to like a Planet Fitness or something. Go tanning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't need the real sun.
You just need a substitute.
That's
Yeah.
a stretch.
Yeah, I went there.
That was a stretch.
All right, so it sounds like you'll take night shift and I'll take day shift, and we'll just keep an eye out on our shifts.
What are we keeping an eye out for?
I don't know. I mean, you have the night shift, I have the day shift. We gotta look out for something. The world. Just make sure the world's okay.
Yeah, might as well do something with my time, I guess.
Yeah, me too. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe.
Hide out in the bathroom of the store and wait till closing. That way you get a more private shopping experience.
Ring the notification bell.
Use a black Sharpie instead of a wig. You'll save more money.
And make sure you run. Don't walk. You'll get there faster. And as always,
IKAGA. Yep.